Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. The Dallas Cowboys have always been a team under the spotlight, and this season is no different. With Dak Prescott leading the charge, the Cowboys have been a formidable force in the NFC. But in football, the unexpected can happen, and that's exactly what unfolded recently. Dak Prescott suffered an injury, leaving the team in a precarious position and forcing the Cowboys to make critical decisions about their quarterback situation. Naturally, this has sparked heated debates among fans and analysts alike. Why isn't Trey Lance, the high-potential quarterback the Cowboys traded for earlier this season, stepping up as QB1? Today, we're diving into the reasons behind this decision and what it means for the Cowboys moving forward. Dak Prescott has been the face of the franchise for years. Whether you're a fan of his or not, there's no denying his impact on this team. His leadership, skill set, and ability to rally the offense are unmatched within the organization. Unfortunately, his recent injury has raised serious concerns about the Cowboys' immediate future. Whenever a starting quarterback goes down, teams scramble to figure out how to stay competitive. For Dallas, the immediate options boiled down to Cooper Rush, the steady backup, and Trey Lance, the young talent with massive upside. Yet, the coaching staff decided to stick with the familiar, choosing Rush over Lance, leaving fans questioning why Lance isn't getting his chance to shine. Trey Lance arrived in Dallas with a lot of buzz. The Cowboys traded for him from the San Francisco 49ers, a move that turned heads around the league. After all, Lance was the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, touted as a dual-threat quarterback with an incredible ceiling. However, his time in San Francisco didn't go as planned. Injuries and limited opportunities kept him from establishing himself as a reliable starter. When Dallas made the trade, it was clear that Lance wasn't coming in to immediately compete for Dak Prescott's job. Instead, the Cowboys viewed him as a long-term investment, someone they could develop over time. But with Prescott injured, many believed Lance would at least be considered for a bigger role. The reality is that Trey Lance isn't starting because he's simply not ready to take on the responsibility of leading this team. While his physical tools and potential are undeniable, the Cowboys' coaching staff doesn't believe he's at a point where he can run this offense effectively. Learning a new system is no small task, and Lance hasn't had enough time in Dallas to fully grasp the playbook. Starting him now, with so much at stake, could hurt both the team's chances this season and Lance's development in the long run. Instead, the Cowboys have turned to Cooper Rush, a quarterback who has earned the trust of the coaching staff. Rush isn't flashy, and he doesn't have the same upside as Lance, but what he does have is experience in the Cowboy system. He proved his value last season when Prescott went down with a thumb injury. Rush stepped in and went 4-1 as a starter, keeping the team afloat during a critical stretch of games. He may not have the arm strength or athleticism of a player like Lance, but his consistency and game management make him a safer choice in a high-pressure situation like this. For many fans, this decision feels like a missed opportunity. Why not give Trey Lance a shot? After all, he's younger, more dynamic, and represents a possible future for the Cowboys. However, throwing Lance into the fire without adequate preparation could do more harm than good. The Cowboys don't want to risk stalling his growth by putting him in a position to fail. Quarterback development is a delicate process, and history is littered with examples of talented players who struggled after being thrust into starting roles too soon. It's also worth noting that the Cowboys aren't just thinking about this season. They have their eyes on the bigger picture, and Trey Lance plays a significant role in that vision. Dak Prescott's contract is one of the most significant financial commitments in the league, and it has implications for the team's long-term planning. While Prescott has been the franchise quarterback, his massive cap hit in the coming years creates challenges for the team to maintain flexibility in building a championship roster. If Lance develops into the player the Cowboys hope he can be, he could provide the team with an affordable high-upside option at quarterback. But that's a story for another time. For now, the priority is to keep Lance in a learning environment where he can grow without the pressure of carrying the team. That doesn't mean Trey Lance is out of the picture entirely this season. If Cooper Rush struggles, or if the Cowboys fall out of playoff contention, there's a possibility Lance could see some playing time. Giving him reps in a low-pressure situation could be beneficial for his development and allow the coaching staff to evaluate his progress. However, as things stand, the Cowboys believe their best chance to win games lies with Rush, not Lance. There's also a strategic element to this decision. The Cowboys are built to contend even without Dak Prescott. The defense, led by stars like Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, has been one of the best in the league. The offensive weapons, including CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard, give Dallas plenty of firepower. In this context, the Cowboys don't need their quarterback to be a superstar. They need someone who can manage the game, protect the football, and let the rest of the team do its job. Cooper Rush fits that mold perfectly. Lance, on the other hand, is a high-risk, high-reward player who might not yet be ready for the demands of this role. The decision to keep Lance on the bench also speaks to the Cowboys' commitment to stability. Quarterback controversies can be toxic for a team, and the last thing Dallas needs is a media circus around their QB situation. By sticking with Rush, the Cowboys are signaling confidence in their plan and avoiding unnecessary distractions. At the end of the day, the Cowboys' approach makes sense, even if it frustrates some fans. They're prioritizing stability and development over taking a gamble on a player who isn't fully prepared to step into the spotlight. Trey Lance's time will come, but for now, the Cowboys are focused on navigating this season with the pieces they already trust. This doesn't mean the conversation around Lance will die down. His potential and the circumstances of his arrival in Dallas ensure that he'll remain a topic of discussion. Whether he ultimately becomes the heir apparent to Dak Prescott or a valuable trade asset in the future, one thing is certain: the Cowboys see something special in him. They're just not ready to unveil it yet. So, as Cowboys fans, the best thing we can do is trust the process. The team has a plan, and while it might not be the most exciting or popular choice, it's one that prioritizes both immediate success and long-term sustainability. Trey Lance isn't starting now, but his story with the Cowboys is far from over. In the meantime, all eyes will be on Cooper Rush as he steps into the spotlight once again, aiming to keep the Cowboys' season on track. Only time will tell how this decision plays out, but one thing's for sure: the drama in Dallas is far from over.